We are back at 8:12 this morning on Today's Health. A closer look at the just released new dietary guidelines for all Americans.
Yes, the recommendations, updated every 5 years, now include a redesigned food pyramid. In fact, here's a look at it right now on your screen. A new food pyramid with an emphasis on more protein and less sugar and ultra-processed foods. Also, some new guidance on alcohol as well.
Here with more on the changes and what they mean for you and your family, NBC News medical contributor Dr. Natalie Azar. Dr. Azar, good morning.
Good morning.
I keep staring at it, trying to kind of analyze it. It seems flipped in some ways, but what are the highlights for you?
It is flipped in some ways. I would say that overall, the consensus for most of us is that they're reasonably sensible, these recommendations. And they really place an emphasis on whole foods and whole food sources of protein, lots of fruits and vegetables. That's why all of that stuff is near the top. They did, in that vein, make some recommendations on what foods to limit. So refined carbohydrates, that's all the white rice, white pasta, things like that. Ultra-processed foods, which the easiest way, and by the way, there's no universally accepted definition of ultra-processed, but think of all the P's: packaged, processed, prepared, all of those things that tend to be high in added sugars, have a lot of artificial flavor, dyes, preservatives, right, to increase palatability and extend shelf life, as well as excess sodium.
And art does, okay. But are there other things that stand out to you? Some other things
so
related to the recommendations?
here are some of the things that sort of were, a lot of those things that I just mentioned were not dramatically different from prior recommendations. The new things, increasing your protein intake. The prior guidelines were 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight per day. That almost like either 50 to 100% higher recommendation for protein intake. Caveat there is that experts have say, okay, that's fine, but don't add more calories in the form of protein, rather maybe replacing some calories with more protein. And if you add more protein, you need to add resistance training, muscle, right? Full fat dairy, this is a big one. This, I would say, the summary of this is that it's not a one-size-fits-all recommendation for all people. Not all saturated fats are created equal. So saturated fat from animal might be more pro-inflammatory than saturated fat from dairy. What I would say is that the American Heart Association did release a statement saying yesterday that they still promote low-fat dairy and non-fat dairy for cardiac health. So if you're someone who, and also, by the way, saturated fat in full-fat dairy is calorically dense. So you may not want to increase those calories. Go ahead, Craig.
What's the argument for full-fat dairy?
Well, there has been some research recently that's challenging old advice that full-fat dairy is bad for you. There's actually some data that full-fat dairy may actually decrease the risk of cardiovascular disease, but not to the point yet, again, where the AHA is saying that people should do this for their heart health. So that, again, very nuanced. First time they've talked about microbiome health, right? We talk about how important the microbiome is for everything. And then this issue about more animal fats and red meat. Again, American Heart Association says if you're going to do red meat, do lean cuts. If you're going to do meat for protein, do unprocessed meat. And they endorse plant-based sources of protein. Alcohol.
Yeah, should we be surprised by the fact that it seems like they've changed it a little bit?
By the alcohol.
Yes.
So in the past, we have had a definition of moderate drinking that was 2 drinks a day for men and 1 drink a day for women. They have abandoned that, and now they have said that we should limit the amount of alcohol. But limit means something different
it's like you're on
to
the
everybody.
System.
Right. It's like, oh, I'm going from 4 drinks to 2, right? So that doesn't, I don't think that most of us think that that's all of that helpful. And the most important thing I think that they omitted, something that's been in the dietary guidelines for a very long time, is the association of alcohol with cancer risk. They just kind of took it out there. And I know, listen, I'm not going to solve the problem for all our viewers today. Like, is alcohol safe or not? This is definitely a divergence from what we've seen.
But to be clear, there's been no research that has upended the correlation between cancer and alcohol use.
None at all. And in fact, in the last couple of years, we've had a lot of research from the World Health Organization, from other government-funded agencies that have tried to really give us a bottom line on safety of alcohol. Most of us in medicine say don't start drinking to become healthier, right? And you should limit the amount. And there is absolutely no new data that says that there is any change in that risk. Alcohol is
also
a
really quickly, some new guidelines for infants and young children as well.
Yeah, so this was good stuff. And the American Academy of Pediatrics liked what they saw. Again, an emphasis on breastfeeding, not necessarily new, introducing solid foods, and they really highlighted the importance of introducing peanuts as well as other common food allergy triggers at 6 months. This is consistent with guidance, avoiding caffeine and limiting added sugars. They say to limit added sugars until the age of 10.
Wow.
That doesn't mean that your kids can't have cookies and cake at birthday parties, but I think it's a good message to send.
I tried that, right?
You tried to limit?
Yeah, I tried it with my oldest. Applesauce and this, that.
You brought
when
him
he
his
finally
own
had
treats?
ice cream. He's gone nuts.
He went nuts.
So now I feel like he's made up for it.
Right, they overcorrect.
Yes. So I don't know.
So
we'll
again,
see.
overall
You made a good point earlier. These are recommendations.
They are, and I like, and they're visually easy to understand, but we are not all the same, right? We have different risks, we have different levels of physical activity, so they're guidelines, right? And you have to kind of do what's right for you, obviously in conversation with your doctor, especially on those fine points about saturated fat and whatnot.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Natalie. Thanks for walking us through the new pyramid. Mr. Roker, what are we looking at, sir? What is he?
What is that?
By the way, he's taking the new alcohol guidelines to heart.
He's on the honor system.
He's limiting.
He usually
has 3.
five,
Just
right? Or he usually
one an hour. That's it. And it's a 4-hour show. So.
Yes.